Hey challengers, I wanted to make this video today because I know a couple of you are kind of confused about how the containers work and portion control and things like that. And I know that I talked to Betsy about possibly making menu plans and things like that, but I thought doing this might be a little bit easier. That way you guys can choose what foods you want versus me telling you what you should be eating and things like that, so you guys can kind of make your own menus. So first off, what you need is a notebook, a pen, your 21-day fix book. That's what you start off with, okay? So we're going to open up this book here, and we're going to see, which bracket you fall under. So let's say that you fit under the 1,500 to 1,799 calorie category. So what we're going to do is we look at this. You have 4 green containers. So what I want you to do is write down 4 green. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and go to the page of the green container, which tells you all the foods that you can put into the green container. So we're going to list them. Number 1, let's see what looks good. Let's say you wanted to go ahead and put down some artichokes. So write that down. Okay, and then number 2, we'll write down maybe tomatoes. Number 3, we'll write down cucumbers. Number 4, beets, okay? And that's just an example. You guys can go ahead and go through this list and figure out what you prefer. All right, and then we're gonna go back to the list again, and it says we can have 3 purple containers. So again, you come down here, 3 purple, okay? And again, you're gonna go to the purple list, and it shows you what you can have in the purple container. So let's say we're in the mood for some strawberries. So we write down strawberries. Number 2, let's write down some grapes. And number 3, let's write down apple. Okay? And again, you go back to the list, and it says that you can have 4 red. So again, 4 red. You see, all I'm doing is going down the list here, right? So 4 red, and we're going to go ahead and list those off. Go to the red container and everything that it lists here. So of course, one is always going to be Shakeology. So your number 1 is Shakeology. Number 2, maybe some turkey slices that it says there. So you write that down. Oops. Number 3, we're gonna go ahead and let's see some chicken breast. And then number 4, we're going to go ahead and write down yogurt. Okay? So then you're going to go back again to your list here and move on to the yellow containers. Yellow, you could have 3. So 3 yellow. And again, go to the page where it says 3 yellow. Well, yellow. Everything it lists here, what you want. Now keep in mind the yellow container, if you use milk or if you use soy milk or whatever you use with your Shakeology, that counts for yellow. So we'll put milk down for number 1. Number 2, we're going to go ahead and maybe, let's say we're in the mood for a tortilla. So write down tortilla. The 3rd one we can have is, let's say we're in the mood for yams, okay? And again, you go back to the list, and we're on the 1 blue container. So 1 blue, and then we have 1 orange as well. So 1 orange. And then you go back to the blue list, and usually what I like to put in here, and if you're in the mood to have some nuts, whatever you're in the mood for, usually I like avocado. So if I put down 1 avocado, right, whatever fits in that blue container for the avocado. And then for your orange container, usually what I like to use this for is like your dressings, your healthy fats, if you're in the mood for some seeds, whatever you're in the mood for, you can write down for your orange. Now, that being said, after you go through all your lists and all your containers and stuff, you can go over here on this side and write down meal number 1. And let's say that's your Shakeology, okay? So you're gonna write down Shakeology, whoops, and then go over here and cross that out. That's done. That's your meal 1. If you wanted to add some strawberries to your Shakeology, you go ahead, you cross out the strawberries. And all your strawberries are going to go ahead and fit into your purple container. Now, not necessarily you're going to use all your strawberries for your Shakeology. But you want to keep in mind that one container. So you want to go ahead and put your strawberries in this container, and then you're going to go ahead and put it in a separate container like these. These are really cheap to buy, Glad Tupperware. They come in packs of 6, I believe. I'm not totally sure on that, but really cheap. And then whatever strawberries you have left over from what you're not using for your Shakeology, you can put in that container. So it's pretty simple. And then let's see here. And then if you're using milk for your Shakeology, you want to put like 6 to 8 ounces of milk in your Shakeology cup. So that's going to count for a yellow, but you don't want to fill your yellow up. You want to fill your Shakeology up. So we're going to go ahead and cross out milk. So there you go. There's your meal 1. Pretty simple. Then you break it down to meal 2. You can mix and match whatever you want out of your list, but make sure that by the end of the day, all your list is done and it's used. So let's say meal 2, you want to go ahead and use a tortilla, right? So write that down, cross it out. Come over here, and inside your tortilla, you want to use turkey slices, right? So you come over here again, you cross out turkey slices. Then this is what you have left. We haven't really, touched the vegetables yet. So if you want to use, artichokes for this meal, I can spell. You can do that and then cross that out, okay? Then meal 3. So meal 3, you're going to go ahead and say, I want to go ahead and put in some, let's see, maybe you want to use an apple. So you go ahead, you write apple down, you cross out the apple. And then for meal 3, so let's say you want to go ahead and add some yams in there. So you go ahead and you put it over here, cross it out. Meal 4, you can go ahead and say I want to use chicken breast. So chicken breast, cross it out, along with maybe you want to go ahead and add some cucumbers and tomatoes for your meal. Then you go over here and you cross those out. Pretty simple. Meal 5, again, you want to come over here, figure out what you haven't used yet. So we haven't had our yogurt, so we could go ahead and put yogurt down. Cross that out. We haven't had our beets yet, so we could put beets down. Cross those out. And then we still haven't used grapes. Now you can go ahead and you can have your little snack, meal 6, whatever you want to call it, and use your grapes. Again, for your blue and your orange containers, if you want to use, like say you're having cucumbers and tomatoes, for your orange container, you can use this over here for like your dressings. And there's a whole bunch of like balsamic vinaigrette. There's dressing recipes in your book over here that you can use. But just make sure it fills up the orange container. Pretty simple. And then for your blue container, if you want to go ahead and add, your healthy fats in here, one blue container to this, you can put your avocado. And I'm missing my blue container, but you know what the blue container looks like. So whatever fills up, your little blue container is cool. So this is basically just a really good example of how you can plan out your meals. You can mix and match whatever you want, but it's just an easier way of breaking everything down, writing everything down, crossing everything out, and coming back to it. Now, as far as what you're supposed to be putting, like say, your meal 1 is your Shakeology. You want to go ahead, 8 ounces of water, milk, whatever you use. You can go ahead and fill this up. And of course your scoop of Shakeology, it's going to count for your red. And then if you want to put any kind of fruit in it, again, you want to measure out your fruit in the purple container. Whatever you don't use, put in another container, right? Okay. Second meal, you have your tortilla. It's in the book. It tells you, how big the tortilla can be, whole wheat, of course. And then, what do we put down? Turkey slices. And again, you want to go ahead, protein, red container. How much turkey can fit in here? Put it on your tortilla. And then the third thing we picked out was artichokes. Again, you go ahead and however many artichokes can fit in here, you go ahead and you eat those. And it just keeps moving on and on, meal to meal. So again, they usually say 1 apple. If you want to slice up your apples and see how much apple slices can fit in your purple container, that's how much you can have per meal, okay? And then your yams, again, yams is yellow container, so however many yams you can fit in your yellow container. And then, of course, like I said, if you want to put your blue containers, your fats. So however much avocado you can put in there or whatever you're using for your fat. So basically just meal to meal, whatever can fit in your containers is what you're gonna go ahead and use for your meal. So it's really kind of easy to break it down like that, writing it down versus trying to figure out, you know, try to pull your hair out, figure out, oh my gosh, what am I going to eat, and things like that. But it just makes it a little bit easier for you to make your own meals. That way it's not coming from me and you're not just like, ew, I don't want to eat that. That's kind of nasty. So you can go ahead and choose for, you know, through your list, through this book, whatever. You just got to go ahead, whatever bracket you you fall into, you go ahead and you write down on this paper however much containers you need, what color they are, what goes in them, breaks it down. Okay, so if this helps you, let me know. If you need me to, you know, break it down even further for you, please let me know. I'm trying to do my best to accommodate everybody. So again, comment under this video. If you need more help, please don't hesitate to ask me. And I hope that, you know, this clears up a little bit of the confusion that's been going on. But you guys have an awesome day, and I'll talk to you soon.